Oh, g'day everybody, where's Wally here? Well, today I'm going to respond to Mitchell. Mitchell, it was really nice to see you as a doting dad and proud of your sharp kids. Those kids really nailed that challenge, so props to the homeschooling. Syllabuses are tight.
From our good friend, I say that with a laugh because he's not very good and he's definitely not a friend.
Now, I actually expected Mitchell to come in hot and to try all sorts of shenanigans, but it seems like he might have proved me wrong. They were spot on meeting the challenge for their dad. Oh, and this sort of logical thing occurred to me too, Mitchell. It was like, I said, Mitchell, if you don't have a clue, get your kids to help. You got your kids to help, therefore... Look, I'll leave that as an exercise for you to do at home. So let's listen to Mitchell's cute kids nail this challenge.
Yeah, well, we got that much straight. Mr. Sensible is an absolute crook and you're claiming to be a good bloke, Wally. So if you're putting out a challenge with a monetary value that you're saying if I complete, you are going to give me or whoever you're challenging.
If you don't know, ask your kids.
So Wally has said, make a video, show me where due south is in that photo. Okay? And then he says, ask my kids. So what have I gone and done? Obviously, I've gone and asked my kids. Let's let them school Wally on where south is in that photo. And obviously, he's offered them $50 for doing it. You've brought my kids into it, Wally. You said you're an upstanding, you're a decent bloke, not like that crook, Mr. Sensible. So if my children complete your task, you owe them $50 each, Wally. Let's go through it. Go over here.
Yeah.
This is my 8-year-old son. I've asked him this question. Do you know how to find south using the Southern Cross?
Yeah.
How do you do it?
Length straight and length longest. Times 1, 2, 3, 4.5 to horizon.
That's south.
Yep.
Good work. You spent $50. What are you going to spend it on?
Star Wars Lego.
Star Wars Lego.
Uh-huh.
Cool. That's my 8-year-old son there, Wally, showing you, made a video, where south is on that diagram. You said ask my children, $50 for making a video, ask my children where south is. You now owe my 8-year-old son $50. Thank you, Wally.
Well done, Mr. 8-year-old. That is a method I've not seen before, and you schooled Wally, which is something your dad is yet to be able to do. Well done.
How about my 11-year-old son? He's got a different way of working it out, Wally, because that's how good our homeschool education is. Hey, Jay, come over here.
Yeah.
Do you know how to find south using the Southern Cross?
Yeah, it's easy. Draw a line through the long part of the cross, then find the pointer stars. Draw a right angle in the middle of them. Draw a line straight, and where they meet is celestial south. Draw a line down to the horizon, and that is due south.
Good work. You just earned $50.
Yeah. Now can we see the process?
What are you going to spend it on?
Pokemon cards.
Pokemon cards.
Well done, Mr. 11-year-old. You did that very well. You even nailed the draw a perpendicular line down to the horizon to get due south GP of the SCP. That's something that Sleeping Warrior in the chat is a little none too happy about. But don't worry, he's a funny old duffer, that Sleeping Warrior. Oh, it seems that he was more than just a little miffed. He has rather disappeared from the chat at this point. Oh well, no loss. It's so funny to see confirmed what we all know. Sleeping Warrior, not smarter than a 5th grader.
Wally has given us another challenge. Bonus round. Another $50 to point out south. Let's go through it. This is my 6-year-old daughter. God bless her soul. Going after Wally's $50 here. Let's see if she can achieve it. Hey Gypsy, come over here.
Yeah.
Do you know how to find south using the Southern Cross?
Yeah, it's easy.
How do you do it?
It's use one length and another length and another length and another length and then half. And that's the southern cup.
That's south?
South.
That's south?
South.
Good work. You just earned $50. What are you going to spend it on?
Roller skates.
Roller skates.
And adorable Miss Six took on the hardest job of all, but she nailed it correctly and she pointed out where the SCP is. Well done. So why does this work, Mitchell? I mean, you got the method, but do you understand why that method works? Well, here's how it looks on Stellarium. Notice how the long axis of the Southern Cross lays along the same longitude line, well, RA, it's almost the same. And notice how the 2 pointers are almost on the same declination. So perpendicular bisector of that will point very close to the SCP as well. Where those two cross, that's a great approximation to the SCP. Well done. So what about that 4.5 times method that I was actually unaware of? Well, if you look at the declination values for both of those stars, we will see that they are minus 57.23 and minus 63.22, which is a difference of 5.99 degrees. Now the difference from A crux to the SCP at 90 degrees is 26.78 degrees. So if you divide 26.78 by 5.99, you get 4.48. Now that ratio is exactly what you were saying, 4.5. Good enough for me. I love it. Degrees all have meaning, Mitchell. Thanks for confirming that. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. You really have no idea where all this is going, do you, Mitchell? I think Sleeping Warrior did. Probably why he ran away so quickly in chat.
And that's the Southern Cross.
That's south?
South.
That's south?
South.
Good work.
Now that we both agree on that, there is just one more thing.
One more thing.
Well, it seems, Mitchell, I forgot to ask you to do the final step for image 2. You know, like Mr. 11-year-old did for image 1. He did a great job. So how about you draw a line from the SCP that Miss 6 correctly pointed out to the horizon? Oh, wait, it isn't in the frame, despite that image being rather wide. Plate solving tells us that it's from minus 32 to minus 90 to minus 68. That's 80 degrees across the narrow width of the frame. So I can see that there is no ground showing, but Mitchell, I'm going to challenge you. For you and you alone, no phone a friend, no lifeline, no getting all the kids in the street to answer this one. For $50, can you draw a line from the SCP as correctly identified by Miss 6 to the GP or in the direction of the GP? Now the GP in this case is the GP of the Southern Celestial Pole. It is a point that is on the ground directly below the SCP. You know, straight up from the GP to the SCP. If you can correctly draw a line from the SCP to the GP of the SCP on the ground, I will add another $50 to my Patreon, making it a $200 for this month total. So this is for you and for you alone. No more making promises you can't keep, because I can't come along and fix up all your mistakes. That was obvious to everyone but you. Just ask Sean Hawkins. He nailed it.
Spend it on.
Roller skates.
Roller skates. Awesome.
I hope you're not promising your kids $150, man. I really hope you're not promising your kids that they're going to get $150. If you did, you're a horrible parent.
Thanks, Wally. You are a top bloke. Offering my children $50 each for doing your little challenges. You
No, he didn't. You're a liar.
definitely are a top bloke. Now, no need for PayPal, pal. I have another way that you can send me and my family their $50 each. $150. You owe me now, Wally.
Wow.
Well, not me. My 3 children. Are you going to deny 3 children $50?
Oh, listen to this sad sack of shit here. You just promised your kids $50 more than they're getting, man. You just fucked up, dude. You fucked up.
Oh, thanks, Sean. Well done, mate. So, can you do that, Mitch? You didn't think that I was done with you, did you? Mate, the list of videos yet to be created is long. Look, as a hint, I'm assuming you noticed that nice little row of dots in the middle of the screen, in the middle of this photo. I wonder what that can be. And how is that going to hurt Flat Earth? If you think you know, drop a comment on the video.
Yeah, Flat Smacking Biblical says Mitchell must be getting popular. The trolls are biting. They are biting hard. They cannot leave me alone. They love everything that I'm putting out.
Yes, I do watch your videos, Mitchell, now, but not because they're great. On the contrary, because they're absolutely terrible. And they are so easy to debunk. Look, I kind of feel sorry for you because you're tying your income to something so ephemeral as Flat Earth. But anyway, that's your choice, not mine. Mine is to stand up for science. Finally, Mitchell, just a little word of warning here. If you try to block me or hide Wally from your channel, I will revoke the payment. If you renege, then I'll have no choice because you have not kept your part of the bargain. I mean, it's not like I'm going to watch every video you're going to make for the next, 19 days? Oh boy, what have I done? Well, there you have it, Mitchell. There's a lot of things for you to chew over, mate. And just to round it out, I'm now playing a video. Well, it's actually a screen recording that I captured last night around 9 o'clock. I think it was 9 o'clock. Anyway, it doesn't matter much. It was last night, and I'm sure you were well aware that there was a whole pile of storms in your neighbourhood. Well, we can see them on the lightning tracker here on the right. But what is also very awesome was that the ISS was passing over, and it's got a downward pointing camera, and it was capturing some of the lightning as it went straight overhead. How about that, Mitchell? Recorded live. I reckon you guys really should get into that ISS thing. It might be fun. Might be worth 3 Bitcoin too, you know. Thanks, guys. Let's see what Mitchell comes up with next.